All right, welcome to another set of college basketball predictions for January 27th. Just to give you all a quick tour as to kind of what's going on here. We have our college basketball betting tool where we've made a consensus model, taking all of the sharpest models in the game, combining them into an aggregate line, seeing where these lines and experts agree, and then taking that line and applying it to our value framework so we can quantify if there's edges there. So it's not just good enough to say, oh, all the experts agree that a team should be -1 and the line is -1.5, or let's say minus a half a point. Is there actually value there? Maybe, maybe not. We are able to quantify that for you so you can very clearly see what are good bets and what are bad bets. And so what you're looking at here is the table for tomorrow. What I like to do personally is just kind of go straight for covering the spreads here and see where the biggest values are. But this is for spreads, money line, and total, so over and unders. But without further ado, let's kind of hop into it. If we go ahead and filter for edges, sort high to low, you can see here we have a couple of matchups here. So Northeastern Huskies, New Orleans, Troy, Eastern Illinois, Arkansas Pine Bluff, and Michigan kind of top out our top list at 2% or higher. Now, personally, that's where I like to go because I love to build in a little bit of wiggle room and room for error, right? You never have the edge you think you have. But depending on what your risk and tolerance is, depending on what you want to do, how you want to bet your bankroll, you can keep going down. So we go down all the way to what's just positive for the day. We've got Lamar, Duke, Holy Cross, Alabama State, and you can see Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. So those are the bets for the spreads. Now the beauty of this is that this does automatically update every 5 minutes. And so it pulls in the new lines as the lines change throughout the day. And the beauty of that is as these lines change, then you also get the new calculations for what the edges are. So these edges will move up and down depending on what the actual lines do. You always know in real time, is it a good bet or not based off where the lines are at. All right. Now, if we go through the rest of this tool here, we can see we have same thing for money lines. So you have the opening money line, the win probability. Again, that's what the aggregate of the model is, taking in all of the different leading models, putting them together along with our value framework. And if we filter for this, you can see that there is a ton of edges to be had here. Now, I do want to call something out here because this is where people get a little bit confused. Just because there's an edge on a money line does not mean that these teams are going to win or that it's a slam dunk to bet them to win the game versus covering the spread, right? First and foremost, obviously, there are no guarantees in sports betting, but really the utility of this is just finding mismatch prices. And so, for instance, let's take a look here at this top team. So you can see Northeastern Huskies, right? They are at -118, and their money line win probability is 72%. So there's about an 18% edge. What does that actually mean? When you take odds, all odds are just an implied probability converted to this negative or positive number, right? Negative for favorites, positive for underdogs, and that's it. And so you can convert this number back to a percentage, which is their probability. So what this is saying is a -118 is like a 54% probability. So what the book is saying by giving you a -118 line for this is that they're saying Northeastern has about a 54% chance of just winning this game. We're saying, no, no, no. They actually have a 72% chance of winning this game. And so that's where that huge edge comes from, right? If you convert this over, this should really be like negative, I think like -260 odds, something like that. So huge edge here. If you want to bet it. Now, again, depends on what your strategy is. Do you want to take the money line for -118, or do you want to lay the -1.5 or -110, right? It depends on what if you want to buy points, or you want to do spread versus money line. Personally, I think with that close of a spread at -118, peace of mind there, huge edge. This is probably the safer bet, but at a -110, it's a bigger return on your value or bigger return on your bet if you're laying the same amount of money. So again, just depends on what you want. Completely up to you. Now, if we go over to the totals, not a ton of value today on the total. So you can see here there are no edges from where we can identify for overs, and same thing for unders. There are some that are kind of pretty close to zero. Some of these are negative 0.2s and 0.4%, but nothing positive there. And so the whole point of this is trying to find positive edges, positive expected value bets or positive EV bets. And so we're going to avoid these, right? Now, again, because these lines do move throughout the day, these totals may move and these may creep into the positive range. And that's the beauty of having access to this tool. You can check this all throughout the day to see where the edges are in real time, not just having a snapshot one and done. This is dynamic and will update throughout the day. All right. If you want to check this out, be sure to go to our website. The link is in the description. It's btb-analytics.com. You go to our CBB package page. You get this completely for free. We're doing this for free for a limited time only, likely until the end of the month. And then it'll be a paid access for the regular season as well as for March Madness. So get in there now, get used to using this tool, see how it works for you, win some bets. And, as always, let us know how things are going. And that's pretty much it. So if you do that now, we do also have a refer a friend program. And so you sign up now. Once we launch the paid access, you can get a friend, refer a friend in, you both get 40% off. So, there's some incentive there. But more importantly, the incentive is getting you all to make smarter bets and winning bets because that's the name of the game. Vegas is not your friend. We should be doing them no favors, right? All right. That's pretty much it. Let us know if you like this by giving us a like, giving us a subscribe if you haven't already followed us. And as always, good luck.